Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuned in live to the wrestling podcast from Dope Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee, Florida. It is 808s and Chair Shots. I am your host, Jeff, joined as always by your favorite faction in the wrestling world, Neek and the lovely Wakanda Lisa Rice. Say what's up to the people, y'all.
Heidi ho.
It's great to be a Miami Hurricane, y'all. It's great to be.
Whatever, dog. Speaking of hurricane, why is a horrible statement? Jesus Christ. And it's oh my God. And
Wow.
how are you doing, man? How are you? It's good to see you. Good to, you know what I mean? You look well. You know?
Thank you.
How are you doing?
Thank you. I'm doing my best. I'm trying.
Yeah.
It's been like a month, I think.
Yeah.
It's been like 2 or 3 episodes where I've missed. Like the first one I was sick. I was sick, started feeling better, went to a concert, got sick at the concert and had to miss again. That one pissed me off.
Yeah,
you were talking about that. You were hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's just like, this is what I get. I should have stayed my ass in the house. But I had my tickets since June. I'm just like, I can't miss this.
Respect.
Can't miss it.
Respect.
But nah, and then this last one, Hurricane LaMilton, just mucked up all my plans.
Yeah.
Went without power for 4 days. I got some friends and family who went a week plus, but we're Florida strong. You cannot, like, Florida man and Florida woman, like that's a thing for a reason. So you can't stop us.
Yeah.
Can't stop us. Can't stop, won't stop. We can reclaim that.
Yeah, we can. Yeah. Hey, I'm just happy. I'm happy you're here. I'm happy you're safe. Number one, that was the main thing.
Thank you.
Yeah, all the other stuff is, we were gonna hold it down while you were out. But yeah, man, happy you're here. Neek, I don't really want to talk to you this week, brother. You know how that go. It's Florida State versus Miami week, and he's wearing this Miami jacket. I mean, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know in the beginning of the season, I came on here and said Florida State still run the state of Florida. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure after Miami kicked Florida State ass, that video is going to resurface. And I understand that. That's the power of social media. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. No, just know. Okay. Enjoy Cam Ward. That's all I'm going to say. Enjoy Cam Ward while you can, because the projects soon come once he leaves Miami. Just know that.
I'm perfectly fine with that.
Come again. Soon come
I'm perfectly
again
fine with that.
Anyway,
I'm perfectly fine with that.
That's, whatever, dude.
Of all the people you should know, I'm perfectly fine with being in the projects.
Oh, man. It's just, I did not expect Florida State to be this bad. I'm going to be real. I did not expect it. I don't know what happened. But it's okay. Like, that's all I can say. It's okay. We're going to be fine. Everybody's going to, we're eventually going to fire our coach. I'm going to be happy. And everything's going to be well.
Playing the words, time is violin for you right now.
I got you.
It's a sweet symphony being played.
Anywho, you can follow the show 808s and Chair Shots on the Instagram, Facebook, and Threads. And on Twitter, it's 808 Chair Shots because, Elon and his, whatever, Elon. That's enough of that. We're here to talk about wrestling. A lot has happened, man. A lot has happened. We talked about Bad Blood last show. War Games is forming. Raw is 2 hours. And SmackDown is SmackDown already 3 hours. Yeah, SmackDown's 3 hours now.
I thought it was
not yet.
Not yet.
You're right. You're right. SmackDown is still 2 hours. Raw is now 2 hours, preparing to go to Netflix here very soon. So yeah, man, you didn't get to talk about the Vince doc. Did you finish? Have you had a chance to finish it?
I watched the whole thing in a day.
Okay.
It felt like a waste of time for me.
Talk about it.
I mean, because this is something that bothered me when the doc first came out, and it was the hot topic of the day. Like, it bothered me because a lot of people in the IWC a lot of them were like, well, of course you didn't learn anything. Like, you're chronically online. You're this, you're that. And it's just like, no, like, I kind of feel like this.
Mhm.
You don't have to be chronically online. If you're somebody who likes documentaries, if you watch Dark Side of the Ring, if you watched Who Killed WCW, if you watch any of the autobiography stuff that they do on A&E,
Yeah.
all of this stuff was there.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't tell us anything new, but they did do a good job at showing that Vince is an unreliable narrator. They did that.
Yep.
They did
Okay.
that.
Yep.
Okay.
Told y'all.
Okay.
Yep.
I like it.
But aside from that, for me, it felt like, because like I said, I watched the whole thing in a day. I was working from home.
Yeah.
6 whole hours of just,
Yeah.
like, I knew this already.
Yeah.
One thing that, and I thought it was funny considering, like, every now and then, like, I'll go back and I'll watch, like, the screw job episode of Dark Side of the Ring. One thing I did think that was funny was, because if you watch Dark Side of the Ring, Jim Cornette said it was his idea. Vince Russo said it was his idea.
Yeah.
And then now on the Vince McMahon doc, we got Triple H saying, "Oh, it was my idea. If he doesn't want to do business, we'll do business for him." And then it's everybody wants to claim it,
Yeah.
but it's like all signs point back to Vince.
Yes.
Why don't y'all just let, like, he gets the ultimate say anyways. Why don't y'all just let him take the responsibility for that?
Yeah.
Like, why do y'all want to claim that so bad is what I don't get.
It's
But
that.
no,
Yeah.
we don't know who actually
Go ahead.
we don't know who actually did the screw job, but whatever. That was something I thought was interesting. Like, why do you want to claim that? Get you a mastermind or something? Like, is that what we trying to do?
Yeah.
But
I think that's they want to be. It's one of those things you want to be attached to. Like, to put it like in Nashville terms, if you're from Nashville, you want people 10, 15, 20 years after it happened, everybody somehow was in the stadium for the Music City Miracle. It's not possible. There's only 40,000 seats in that stadium. You know what I'm saying? But anytime you talk about it, I was there. No, you weren't. You were watching it on TV just like I was when I cried because it was against Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those things now because the story has so much lore to it, so much circumstance, and so much happened because of it. People want to be attached to it. That's all. It is crazy,
yeah,
but I'm with you. It was Vince. It was Vince and only. People might have been involved in the conversation, but that was
but
Vince.
yeah, yeah,
What you think about the Shane McMahon part of it? Like how they did not cover. That was something that stuck out to me, is like how they did not go into detail about why Shane was missing in action for so long.
How did I feel about this shit? It was weird.
Yeah.
It was weird because, like, the way that they focused in on Shane, I was kind of thinking that they would have did something a little bit more in depth with Stephanie, especially since she's
Mm.
she's in the company, or she seems seemingly more attached to it, I guess, in the business sense. I thought that, like you said, considering he was gone for a very long amount of time, I thought that it was interesting that they framed it as a thing of him wanting his father's approval,
Yeah.
which could very well be true. I do think that's true, but to not acknowledge that seems weird.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like he's proven that he can be a wrestler. He's trying to do the back end business stuff, but it's like he was missing for how long? At least 10 years, right?
It was yeah,
They're
and he was
nice.
missing,
Maybe longer.
and he wasn't brought up. Even Stephanie would come back. He was dabbling in MMA. He was doing all types of other things, and pretty much almost, for lack of a better word, denouncing wrestling or denouncing the
Yeah.
company. And shoot, you even look at it now in 2024, him taking pictures with the Young Bucks, him taking pictures with Tony Khan. Like, Shane is like the lone wolf. It seems like it's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, because I did think that was weird because they're framing it as, oh, Shane, he just wants his father's approval. He wants for his father to say that he's proud of him. But then at the same time, like, they were talking about how Shane was telling Vince that, oh, he needs to give him some part of the company. And it's just like, like, I don't know, it seemed like talking out both sides of their neck. Like, first you saying like he'll do whatever for his father's approval, but then at the same time you saying like he's entitled and he wants something that he seemingly didn't deserve. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not understanding how those things are working together, especially knowing what we know.
Yeah, yeah. That's a good point. That's a good point. That's a
Yeah.
good point. That's a good point. Okay. Any other things that stuck out to you on the doc?
Women, kind of,
Okay.
like, I thought, like, I wasn't expecting them because of the time that it came out. I wasn't expecting them to go too in depth with the current lawsuits and all.
Okay.
But I don't know, it seemed weird to me that kind of like everything was described as if it was all a work or if it was all a part of wrestling or something like that.
Yeah.
Like the whole Rita Chatterton thing only got like 5 minutes, if that,
Yeah.
if that.
Yeah.
Then
We said this too, and I know I've said it. I'm pretty sure I said it on the show. That this deserved a 10-part, like a 10-part.
oh yeah,
Like you didn't have to. I felt like they breezed through a lot. Now they touched on the main things: the Hogan era, the Bret Hart era, Diesel, the Click. They touched on the eras to get us where where we are. But I feel like there could have been, this was, if they wanted to, there was enough material there to stretch this out to 10 episodes if they wanted to,
oh absolutely.
yeah.
And then one thing too, this is a couple things like balled up into one,
Okay.
but oh excuse me, I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
and this is also how I know Vince did the screw job. He's the one. I can't remember if this was part of the documentary or not, but I remember seeing it recently, so I think it was. He's the one who told Fabulous Moolah to go out there and screw Wendy Richter in the same way.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was all
Yeah.
Moolah and Vince.
That's how it started. That's how the screw job episode started from
Yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
So there's that. And then like they didn't get any type of we didn't talk about how women's wrestling was set back, not just because of that, but because of Moolah and how he didn't really because women's wrestling, like
Mm-hmm.
finding out they didn't used to cat fight, like the girls used to get in the ring and really throw down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like when I found that out a couple years ago, like that was news to me. I thought women's wrestling was always a joke.
Mm.
But I hate to say it that way, but that's how it had been presented. I didn't like that was one of my personal gripes with it is that they really didn't get into how the WWE style of women's wrestling was just call it what it is. It was a joke. They didn't talk about his impact on that or what he might have thought about it.
How he might have held it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In other words, the women part could have been at least 2 parts alone.
Yep.
Okay, and this may be me being a pessimist, so y'all correct me if I'm wrong. They
Okay.
gave Stephanie the credit for the women's revolution. Are we sure?
Mhm.
Wasn't that the internet that was saying give them more time? We were saying give
it was
them
the
more
internet
time.
and Stephanie. I think the internet was the one who started the hashtag.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Give
then
Divas a
you have
chance.
Stephanie.
Wasn't that the hashtag?
Give Diva a chance. Yeah, and I think
Give Divas a
Stephanie
chance,
probably
yeah.
was the one behind it.
Okay.
Yeah. Like she helped make it happen,
Okay.
but I wouldn't give her all the credit for it.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Cool. So we got the Vince doc. There's a PLE coming up, right, in Saudi? That's in 2 weeks.
Crown Jewel.
Yes.
Crown.
Let me see.
It's
That
Crown
is
Jewel.
absolutely true.
Yeah, it's coming. I know it's coming up.
If it's not this Saturday, it's next Saturday.
Yeah.
November
It
2nd.
is the 2nd.
Yeah, so it's next Saturday. Yeah, next Saturday.
Early morning.
Oh, yeah, of course. I ain't doing that.
How early?
Like 11, 12 your time, I think.
Oh, that's doable.
Or is it? No, hold on. Saudi they may have moved that up a little bit earlier. This might be like a 7, like a 8 or 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. one or something like that.
I don't see a time on there. All I see is the date.
Good.
It says 1 p.m.
Okay, cool.
Eastern.
Cool.
Okay, so that's not too bad.
That's not bad. I'm pretty sure I said this, but I'll say it again. getting used to Saturday PLEs. Not gonna lie, I'm getting kind of used to it. Like I was definitely the guy who appreciated a good Sunday event to call it a day, but I'm appreciating the Saturdays. It's working for me. It's working for me. I did not like the fact that the Atlanta, the Bad Blood pay per view played second fiddle to the UFC fight, so they had to put the Bad Blood had to come on like 2 hours early, almost, or an hour and a half early to lead into the UFC fight. But you can't have basically your audience fighting over viewership because it's the same thing. So
True.
I get it. I get it. I get it. I was reading something earlier. A lot of things will happen. Just something that I popped out on. Chris Jericho's contract is up next year in AEW.
Yay.
Okay, that was not where I thought we were going with this, but all right. Do we think? Okay, does he retire? Is he done? Does he return to WWE, or does he re-sign with AEW? Nick, what you think?
I think he probably tossed the trips for a little bit and then makes a decision, but
Okay.
I feel like he should retire. I mean, watching him on AEW is just exhausting. I've never fell asleep so hard watching him.
Oh my God!
Like, why are you here? And I'm not the only one that feels that way. Why are you still here wrestling at this point? So I just want him to break the walls down and build a house somewhere. Rehab a house.
Phrasing.
Break them down.
You know what?
Break
Okay.
down and go there.
Andrew, what do you think?
Okay. So before I get into what I was gonna say, I want to ask the both of y'all, like, why or what do you think he would do in WWE if he went back? Like, why is that an option?
I'll go. The reason why I said it may be an option is just to get his Hall of Fame, just to get in the Hall of Fame. Like I don't see him unless it's like a one-off, like for Mania, him and Orton or something like that. You know what I mean? Like him and another legend have like a match in
him and Cena.
Nope. Cena's done this year with Randy, I think. Jericho and LA Knight have their little tiff on as at promo to promo, being funny, blah 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 blah, and that just be his swan song, like his exit. Like if he wants to retire. Now, if he wants to stay active, I think he just resigns to AEW because Tony has to give him whatever money he wants to stay there.
Okay, all right. I don't know how I feel about that. The LA Knight proposal.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to marinate on that. I'm not too. I don't know how I feel about that seasoning, but
Okay.
My thought process is he doesn't necessarily have to retire, but I would like to see him in a different role, maybe.
Yeah.
Like maybe go the way of maybe like a Paul Ellering type. Not like what Paul Ellering is doing right now, but like you ain't even got to do it behind the scenes. Like become because he's still got it on the mic. I feel like, or he has a potential to get it back if he don't have it no more. I would like to see him maybe transition into another role, but I don't necessarily because even though I have my misgivings about Chris Jericho, I still feel like I don't want to see I don't want to see nobody get hurt in the ring. I don't want to see it's something that used to bother me, and I don't think Chris Jericho is at this point yet. But as a kid, I used to watch Ric Flair in the ring, just falling all over, bleeding all over the place, and it was concerning. I'm just like, I know this is wrestling, but damn, he needs a nurse. I don't want to see that.
Medic.
I don't want Chris Jericho to get to that point.
Yeah.
So I think if he does choose to resign, he needs to transition into a different role. Maybe not wrestle as much. Make it so that when he does wrestle, it's an event and not just here he come again. Let's do something different.
The craziest thing about Flair is that match against Shawn, dude. He kept going 15 years, 10 years or so after that.
Mm-hmm.
And in the original time he retired at WCW, he should have retired then. And
Yeah.
that last match he had in Nashville, said his heart stopped during the match or something like that. Or something crazy. Like he, I love Rick.
It's
We all
too
do,
much.
but yeah. He definitely, yeah.
Like, don't nobody want to be responsible for killing the old guy.
Unless you New Jack. R.I.P.
Unless you knew. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Top 10 New Jack. Unless you knew
But
that. Jesus Christ. Um,
you know, y'all know that little SpongeBob meme with the dude talking about how haven't you learned your lesson yet, old man? That little thing. Yeah,
Ah,
that's Big Player. I love the young people. Come on, bro. Take
Because
it.
the funniest thing is, if someone gave him a shot, if someone told him right now, if Tony Khan could have somehow found a way for Rick to wrestle when Sting was doing his last match, if he could have found a way to make that work, if Rick didn't have the allegations pop up, Rick would have gotten the ring. He would have done it. And everyone knows it. Like he would have figured out a way. Crazy. It's crazy.
Ain't nobody trying to see no 90-year-old Sting and no 99-year-old Ric Flair in the ring.
This got sad. Yeah, let's keep it in AEW for a moment. Moxley recently defeated Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon, for the AEW World Championship in Washington in front of Bryan's home fans, I believe. Yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
internet. I haven't seen it confirmed. Andrew, you asked this in our pre-production. I haven't seen it confirmed, but all signs were pointing to that was the end of Bryan Danielson's like full-time career. Um,
okay.
Two-part question here: did AEW fumble bringing in the then Daniel Bryan and the now Bryan Danielson or pre Bryan Danielson? Did they fumble him being there? Did they capitalize on it the way they should have? And where does he go from here? Is yeah. Did they fumble it and where does he go from here? Andrew, what you got?
Oh man. Did they fumble it? Fumble is a very strong word here. It's doing a lot of work. I think they handled it to the best of AEW's abilities. I'll say that. Because I feel like if they had the capital and the prestige that WWE had, and they were just if they were like the same company but with better ethics and more creative control for the wrestlers, I feel like if they were on WWE's level
Mm-hmm.
in that regard, then I think they maybe could have done a little bit better as far as excitement and consistency goes.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like they handled it to the best of their abilities.
Okay.
As far as where he goes from here, this is probably, in my humble opinion, this is probably where they can fix that. So, if this is the end of his full time career, like I said with Chris Jericho, if you really finna be a part timer, for him, I feel like it could go either way. He could either take a prolonged break,
Mm-hmm.
he could work behind the scenes and train people, but my thing is just like what I said with Chris Jericho. Like, if you're gonna be a part timer and you're gonna wrestle, it needs to mean something when it happens. Like, you
I'll
can't
let you,
just be throwing him out there all willy nilly. Yeah,
I like that. I like that
yeah.
because it tarnishes him pretty much, right? Like it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason why I said that I feel like they fumbled him is because if you all remember, they brought him in. Was it a week or 2 weeks after Punk? When you brought him in after Punk, it felt like he was the second fiddle. Like you had Punk come in and the big hoopla around it, and the crowd knew Bryan was coming, and then Punk says, "Hold on, just give it another week." Whatever his exact words were, it always felt like he was brought in as a second fiddle at that time. Why I say that they fumbled it, because to me, either we as wrestling fans really do not give WWE enough credit for the way they build and maintain stars. Like those people who complained about WWE not letting them use their name and da 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 da. It really shows, because there's no way the star of a magnitude of Daniel Bryan and the Yes Movement and all those things should not have been able to move the needle more than he did at AEW. That's just me. Now I know AEW did great in Wembley Stadium a few times, and just their pay per views are great, but their numbers should be higher if Bryan Danielson is that big of a star. Nick, you disagree?
Do I think AEW fumbled? In
Yes,
some
sir.
parts, yes. It's some things that they should have done better. This title run that he just had, it just didn't make any sense to me. I guess, they wanted to end on a high note,
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But also, the thing with, I think he's supposed to have one with Nigel McGuinness,
He had it. They
if I'm
did.
right. They did
They
have it,
had that
right?
match. Yeah, they had
It
that
was
match.
quick though. It was a
Yeah,
quick type thing.
it was a quick
It
turnaround.
like it was a quick turnaround. So I didn't understand how they wanted to end his whole thing. It just felt rushed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know what they're gonna do with him.
Mm-hmm.
I could see him probably training or something like that because he does have a love for wrestling more than anybody that I've seen. So I can see him being a trainer or something like that behind the scenes. But I don't know. I really can't see anything else for him. Just probably training, being for the love of the sport type guy,
I got it.
like
All
a Dean
right. So let's
Malenko.
talk about
Mm-hmm.
like Glock Anderson.
Yeah,
Yes.
Big Lock.
Big
Yeah.
Glock. Big Glock. All right. Now this one hurt me. I'm not gonna lie this week. This one hurt me. Samantha Irvin, WWE ring announcer, abruptly on Monday announced that she was leaving the company and was gone. Like just
Mm-hmm.
wasn't a 2 weeks notice. There
Oh, she
wasn't
told him a month ago, according to her.
Yeah. They
really
been knew. She told
They been
us
new.
at the last.
okay. I got you. You're right. You're right. Yeah. Still, like we didn't get like this is my last PLE. Like none of that. Um, I don't want to speculate. I don't want to say Ricochet ruined it for everybody. In my head, I'm thinking Ricochet ruined it for everybody, but I'm not going. Not going to do Ricochet like that. Does she go to A? She doesn't go to AEW, right? There's no
According
way
to him,
she.
she says he's not going.
Yeah.
Thank God.
So a little bit more has come out about that since it happened.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So part of why she left was one, she wanted to spend more time with her daughter.
Mm-hmm.
She does
And
have a daughter.
two was she wanted to do some outside projects and they couldn't come to an agreement. And then three, which this doesn't have anything to do with why she left, but this probably has something to do with why she didn't like say, "Oh, this is my last event." Apparently, Lillian Garcia is not back full time officially yet.
Mm-hmm.
And so if they need somebody, they'll be calling Samantha Irvin, which doesn't really make sense to me.
I
Yeah.
got you. I got you.
So that's what I found out today. It doesn't make sense. But good luck to her in whatever it is she chooses to do.
She's talented, like
Yeah,
extremely
very much
Yup.
so.
talented. And I'm not, and I'm wanting to make sure I'm not a prisoner of the moment. So I really thought about this before I brought it up and like throughout the week. She might be ring announcers. You think about Finkel. You think about Lillian Garcia. You think about Michael Buffer was in WWE, WCW a few times.
Mm-hmm.
To me, he's maybe one of all time. Me. Now I know there are some people because I've learned this since she's announced that she's leaving. I've learned that there are some people who think she's a little too over the top with the character, where she does the voices and the characters and all this. But to me, the fact that she was like that she is and was an actual wrestling fan, and like I know the phrase gives me chills is ran into the ground these days when people say something was dope, it gave them chills. But when Cody won the belt, when he
Yeah.
completed the story, her
Yep.
call of him like legitimately crying, like when he gets the belt, legitimately crying in the cold because it was cold as hell in Philly. Man, that's a moment. You know what I'm saying? And we watch wrestling for moments. Like that was a moment. Like
Yeah, it helped make the moment
Mm-hmm.
feel more special.
exactly. It's JR when Undertaker throw Mankind off the steel cage. You broke him in half,
Yeah,
or just all those things that make the moments better. That made that moment. Then when he called her out to do it again on Monday night, because even he knew they're like, yeah, that kind of was icing on the cake. Like, so I'm gonna miss that. I think it sucks. I really wish they could, and now it's not the end of the road for her, but I hope they could work something out when she comes back because, I it, it's one of those things that when a ring announcer is just good, it's like, it's like you don't even think about the announcer. He's just in the way announcing the match,
Mhm.
or waiting for he or she is just just announcing and waiting for the match to start. But when the announcer is great, they add a completely different element to the match, and that's something you can't put a price tag on. So shout out to her. Wish her well in her future endeavors. Yeah, that's tough. That
Shout
caught me
out
off guard.
to her.
One of the last things on my list that came about was MVP and Shelton Benjamin. Um, we'll hold off on Shelton, but MVP apparently has said he never called Triple H a racist.
He didn't.
It is
At least
cool,
not that we know of.
right? But the tweets or the Instagram comments is what he was referring to when the guy said Triple H is whatever with black men, and his response was, yeah, you see it, right, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And
And 100 emoji.
and 100 emoji.
Like, you didn't call him a racist, but you didn't disagree. You didn't tell nobody to stop.
You didn't take up for your mans. You know what I'm saying? Like if that's your man and somebody calls him a race, you gotta say, nah, man, my man would do that.
Yeah,
Nah, he didn't do that. He didn't give
he
Triple H
He
the
didn't
didn't.
do
benefit
it
of the
at
doubt.
all.
Mm-mm. No,
Mm-mm-mm.
sir. No,
He
sir.
made it worse.
Yeah.
100% made it work. So,
I mean, I'm sorry to disrupt you, but
no, good.
one thing I've learned from people like that, like when you do something, you don't have to necessarily agree. You got to be like, oh, nothing. No, don't say anything. It's one of them things like if they make an accusation, you got to be like, don't say nothing. Because if you make the slightest word can make it sound like you're agreeing with them.
Yeah.
And this is one of them situations.
I see what you're saying. Like, it's easy for you to be like somebody throw it out there. It would be easy for you to
Right.
be like, don't say anything, or just flat out say, man, he wouldn't do that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
I got
and be like, nah, a quick no.
Yeah.
But him just putting a 100 emoji or a thumbs up emoji, oh, you just
You see it.
You see it?
You liking comments and
Yeah,
you
man.
then
That was strange.
see. It's so many things that he did wrong with that, and then to say no, he's not racist. Is like, are you sure?
Brought this to the table.
You
You
right?
brought this to the table. Like we would have not even cared. Not I'll say we wouldn't have cared about it, but this would have not have been top of line topic for us. But yeah, shout out to them. Apparently the Hurt Business is on its way back. Shelton Benjamin looks like he's 22, 24 again. He's a supreme athlete.
oh wow.
The match now mind you it was against Leo Rush, and so Leo Rush is going to make you look great when you wrestle against him. So, but it looked great. He and Leo Rush and Shelton was So I'm guessing we're going back. They can't call it the Hurt Business, but we're going back to something similar to that.
The Hurt Syndicate or something.
Is that what it's called? Is that what you?
I don't know. I'm guessing.
Mm.
I don't know.
The Hurt Organization.
Bodily
The
harm,
Hurt
please.
Corporation.
The Hort Corporation. There you go.
Did you say bodily harm click?
Barley.
Yep.
Hurt Incorporated.
I mean, Hurt Inc. isn't too bad.
Hurt Inc. isn't bad. They might. We might need to chop that out and keep that for us.
Mm-hmm.
No, leave it in. Leave it in so then that way when they debut,
We got
we
the
can.
timestamp. We got the timestamp.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
We said this on October 23rd at 10:04. They debut 3 weeks later. Where's our check?
Please.
Yeah, we would like a check, please.
Man. Oh man. That's good stuff, man. Good stuff. I think that's it, y'all. Unless y'all got something.
Oh, I got a question from the homie.
Okay.
So, we don't talk much about tag teams on here. So
Okay.
we got a little discussion about tag teams. So the question is, according to him, what is one of your favorite tag team finishers?
Man.
I feel like 3D is a given.
Oh, that's automatic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Steiner line when when Rick would hold him up and Scott would do the jumping clothes line. Yeah, that one. That's just nostalgia.
Let me see.
ECW. So they had a tag team called the Eliminators. The Eliminator was their finisher when the roundhouse kick to the face and then the sweep. Like the other tag member would sweep your legs. So that was pretty dope. The Pit Bulls had that spike power drive off the top rope. That was insane. So we can't do that in 2024. But my favorite would probably be the Harlem Hangover. That was Stevie Ray do the body slam, and then Booker T do the flip off the top rope and land with the leg drop on your. So that was
okay.
Harlem Hangover.
Okay.
I am going to add another one.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the Midnight Hour by the New Day. Yeah. But I don't think they do it too much anymore because Big E is necessary for it.
Yeah.
And we all know how that is going. I gotta stop holding grudges.
Yeah.
Big E done let it go. I gotta let it go.
That's a daggone shame that we don't. Man, that sucks. That sucks.
I wish they could have him out there and just not wrestle.
And you know what's crazy?
Yeah.
The other two, Kofi and Xavier, to me, and I could be wrong, they never bounce back. Like they just, it hasn't felt right since that. Yeah, that's
which I think that I don't think that's just you. I think that's why they were teasing that breakup a couple weeks back.
Because it's not right. It's not right. Yeah.
The vibe is different.
Yeah.
Yes, very different.
But let me see. Tag team finishes. I'm gonna go Heart Attack.
Okay.
3D. Dudley Death Drop.
What's the Heart Attack, Nick?
I think it's like different variations of it. It's like a bear hug with a lariat.
I got you now. I got you. I remember that.
Yeah, then I think it's been modified like a couple of times too, but it's mostly, for what I know, a bear hug to a lariat type thing. So that'd be one. What's the other one? I'm trying to remember. The G9 by Crime Time.
Damn, I was just about to ask who did that. You're right, man. R.I.P.
Shad. R.I.P. It was quick. It was efficient. You wouldn't know you got hit with it until you're on the ground. And last one, I'm trying to think. No, I'm not gonna put them on there. Let me remember. I'm trying to remember their name. Oh, the rocket launcher.
Doomsday Device. The what?
The rocket launcher.
Did that?
Who was that?
Midnight is
back. Shit. Okay.
Yeah, you were way back.
I mean, Enzo.
Yeah.
Enzo and Cass did it too.
What a waste of group. God, not saying they're a waste, but those two together were fun. But with that little bit of time, they were fun. God damn.
You know what? The fact that I don't know if we got time for it this episode. Maybe we could talk about it next week. But should we even talk? Do we want to go that negative? Should we talk about? And I hate to call people this, but do we want to talk about wasted talent? Because you brought up Enzo and Cass, and I thought about
whoa.
That's a show.
We can say that for next one. That's a whole show.
Okay.
We
all right.
A whole show on people.
Because I was just finna say a name that has not been spoken in a long, long time.
Noted. We're going.
Yeah.
So gonna be about people we thought were going to be the ones, and yeah.
They ended up being the nuns.
Yeah. But not the.
Because some of them make me mad.
Yeah, I have a few of them too. Yeah.
The one I'm thinking of made me so mad.
Ooh, we can divide that up into 3 different categories too. Yeah, let's change that for next time.
Bet. Yeah, I got anything to say to people before we get out of here?
Not really. Let me not.
Okay.
if you live in the southern United States or you live along the East Coast, I don't know about everybody else, but in Florida, they give us a tax-free holiday. What you need to do, buy your hurricane supplies then. Do not wait until the hurricane is coming. Do not be trying to go outside during the hurricane. And once the hurricane passes and you ain't got no power or nothing, do not be outside trying to get supplies then. The time was whenever the tax holiday was.
Yeah.
Stay your behind in the house.
Mhm.
Stay in the house.
Stay in there.
Prepare.
Stay in the house. Get your non-perishables. Get your batteries, your flashlights, all of that. And then once the hurricane has passed, you need to wait. Lines for gas should not be causing traffic jams. You should have got your gas before the hurricane came. I'm sorry, but the way people have been acting, or the way people were acting, it made me mad because we knew this was coming.
Yeah.
But just be prepared. I sound like I'm ranting and raving. It's because I love you. Be prepared.
That's one thing about this. The last one was Milton, right?
Yes. LaMilton Tayshawn. He came through wanting to do hood rat shit with his friends and just messed up everything.
Yeah. And the thing about it is, no one can say they were not forewarned about this. I'm in Tennessee and was hearing the state officials down there. Just, I never thought I'd hear somebody say, "If you stay, you're gonna die." I said, "Damn!" Like, yo, bro. Like, yeah, like that's. I mean, most of the time,
that's harsh, but that's how you got to talk to some of these people.
Man, like you want your state officials to be a little calm. You know what I mean? A little like, hey, we're gonna get through this. That if you stay, you're gonna die. Sheesh. All right.
Direct is the best way sometimes.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. And on that
Because
note,
we had people. I'm sorry, but we had people who were supposed to evacuate during Helene, and they stayed and they died. So just is unfortunately, yeah, R.I.P. But it is what it is. If you stay, you gonna die. Sorry. Evacuate.
Nick, what you got?
Since we're talking about hurricanes.
Oh Lord.
Jeffrey, I just want to let you know, if we score 50 points on you guys,
it's very possible.
You would get a text message from me every day that says 50 points.
You know what's really messed up about this? They have the audacity to put that game on in prime time. The audacity to have that game on at 7:30 p.m. It should have been moved up to noon to get it out the way. There's no reason for that.
Nah, the black uniforms had to come out.
It's no reason. Man, Florida State is about to get their ass kicked on national television with the worldwide.
And I'm going to be watching it.
I hate that we're on Riverside because on Zoom I could have ended this and we had to deal with it.
You can't this time. You know what? I'm gonna make a deal. I'm gonna make a deal with you, Jeff. You split this payment with me, then I'll let you have hosting.
We'll make it work. We'll make it work.
Okay.
On that note, we are gonna get out of here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. All those good things. Thank you for commenting. Leave more comments. Even the bad ones, that's what we're here for. Leave more comments, subscribe, like us, tell the people you love about it. Yeah, man, we are out.